I'm very sorry that they feel that way. I most certainly don't want that. I'm a Neil Young fan. I've always been a Neil Young fan. I'll tell you a story at the end of this about that. If there's anything that I've done that I could do better is have more experts with differing opinions right after I have the controversial ones. I would most certainly be open to doing that. And I would like to talk to some people that have differing opinions on those podcasts in the future.
Well, for more on this now, I'm joined by Yuka Roye from our business desk. Hi, Yuka.
Hi, Jeannie.
We just heard Joe Rogan there sounding contrite. Spotify also doing some damage control. What's really at stake here?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Spotify, the music streaming company, clinched a deal worth about 90 million euros. And that's an exclusive deal with Joe Rogan, who is a popular comedian and podcast host who had previously stayed off the platform, saying other platforms like YouTube made him more money. So he's an important content provider for Spotify. He's a prominent, as you said, COVID vaccine skeptic and has discouraged vaccination in young people and promoted use of an anti-parasitic drug to treat COVID, something that US officials have warned against doing. In his Instagram video, as we saw there, Rogan apologized for the backlash, but insisted that he was not trying to promote misinformation or spark controversy, and that he was only seeking to have conversations with people which he called with differing opinions. Now, Spotify, for its part, made public its policies without making any changes, actually, and said that it would add a content advisory to any podcast discussing COVID-19. Now, in a blog post, Chief Executive Daniel Ek admitted that the company hadn't been transparent about its content policies and that it has an obligation to do more to provide balance and access widely accepted information from the medical and scientific communities.
Right, but there has been so much backlash to this story. We saw those big names pulling their music. Will these moves be enough to stop the controversy?
Well, that's a big question. Well, despite adding content warnings, Spotify hasn't removed Rogan's podcast, including the one on New Year's Eve, which was particularly controversial and sparked anger among hundreds of health professionals who denounced it as full of lies. Now, it led to musicians Neil Young and Joni Mitchell to pull their works off the platform last week. So the measure didn't directly respond to those calls to drop Rogan altogether from the platform or episodes that allegedly spread COVID disinformation. And now, Young and Mitchell are not alone in this, obviously. Other musicians and podcast hosts have either pulled their content off the platform or refused to stream new episodes. As you can see, these are some of the tweets and reactions about this from other celebrities. Prince Harry and Meghan also flagged concerns over misinformation on Spotify, though they didn't leave the platform. Or they haven't yet. Some social media users, ordinary social media users, have called for a boycott of the streaming service itself with the hashtag delete Spotify in recent days. So there's clearly some financial ramification in this episode, which the company obviously can't ignore anymore.
All right, Yuka, thanks so much for that. And we'll be talking more about this story and other business news when you're back on the set at about 1:15 French time. Thanks so much.